What's good with y'all? It's your boy Bizman Cam here, and I'm back with another video. Today I'm gonna do a step-by-step on how I do my wash and wax process, just so any beginners or any pros that have any tips or beginners to take some knowledge from, just gonna kind of basically go through the steps and how I go through my wash and wax process. So right now I'm on location for my first job today. It is a GMC Yukon, and we're doing a mini interior, so just a vacuum and wipe down, and then we're gonna hit a wash and wax. I appreciate all of your guys' support on the last video. Hopefully this video can be more informative and kind of give some knowledge on how I do things. We have it actually tucked away nicely under this like RV little side camper thing. Here's the vehicle. You guys can kind of see it in the sun. It is pretty faded, so it can definitely use some work. Obviously the wash and wax isn't for correcting, so it's just gonna kind of bring out the paint a little bit so it's not as faded looking with the wax. So yeah, this is the vehicle. Yeah, not bad at all. The outside's gonna obviously need more work than the inside, which is why we're doing the wash and wax. I'll break down my process, pricing, and how I do things. And so I got the vacuum out now. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the interior first, hit the vacuum, and then we'll go to a wipe down. So I finished up the vacuum. Now I'm on the wipe down. I basically just start from left to right. So I did like the very back seats. It's a 3-row. So I did the very back seats and then back doors, and now I'm on the front with the steering wheel and stuff. So because this is a wash and wax and it's not, you know, like a full interior detail job, it's basically just a quick wipe down. And you know, I've had issues in the past where I used to not include the interior on a wash and wax, and so people would come out, or they would ask ahead of time. You know, I set expectations, so I'd let them know like, hey, you know, this is what we're doing today. And I say I had at least, you know, 5 people in the past year that have been like, oh, it doesn't include anything for the interior, even though, keep in mind, I send them my service sheet. It shows everything it includes. It mentions nothing about interior, and then I even set expectations when I get there by mentioning what I'm gonna do, and yet somehow it still seems to fall on deaf ears and blind eyes or something, because people still for some reason expect there to be something done with the interior, and that's just not how my packaging works. So what I did in lieu, I raised the price about 40 bucks, and I just went ahead and started including just an interior vac and wipe down, just so people are a little bit more satisfied, and you know, they're paying a little more, so obviously it's making it worth it for me. But at the same token, they're getting a little bit of an interior job done as well, just so that way everyone's happy. Once we're on the outside, I will check back in. So we're all finished up with the interior. Gonna go ahead and start with the exterior, but first I kind of want to show you the products that we use, so you guys can kind of get an idea of the things and kind of pricing for each product for stuff like a wash and wax. First, I have some Iron X Par Pro snow soap. This is Iron Decon in the form of soap. I'll use this in my foam cannon in tandem. After we did the hand wash, after we've done the clay, I'll go ahead and finish up with some just straight Iron Decon. So this is Iron by Geon. Geon, also really, really good brand. I want to say this was like 25 or 30 bucks. This was like 25 or 30 as well. You would think that because I use those products that I'd have some crazy wax that I use, but no. 3D cherry wax has been perfectly fine, and I want to say this bottle was like 15 bucks. So I have that, and then obviously I don't know if you guys can see in the background over there, I have my 15 millimeter polisher, the Rupes, and that's what we use to polish with a yellow foam pad. So those are basically all the items that I have. In total, about $90 to $100 worth of product. Honestly, I'm just waiting to run out of this, and then I will upgrade the type of wax that I use. But for now, this works perfectly fine. It doesn't have like hydrophobic properties or anything like that, so I might switch to more of a sealant after I finish this bottle. Let's hit some wheels and tires and then get on with this. So I just finished up with all the wheels, got our foam cannon ready. I have broken 2 foam cannons So these barely work right now. It just has enough of just to get foam onto the car. That's all that matters right now. But very first step is always gonna be our pre-wash. And we'll just kind of go around the car to get the initial layer of dirt and dust off the vehicle. Now that that's finished up, we can go ahead and grab our foam cannon. We have our 2 buckets right here to do the basic 2 bucket method. And we'll go ahead and give it a foam. And like I said, you guys, my foam cannon is absolutely screwed. So the foam out of a normal foam cannon would be coming out a lot thicker. But all I really care about is getting lubrication and the fact that the product is still getting on the paint. Now we do our hand wash. So basically I'll just take 2-3 mitts that I can use front and back for, you know, about every 2 panels, and then I'll flip it, and then we go to the next panel. You always want to try to do side-to-side motions only. It gives you less chances to create scratches, and you always want to go from top to bottom. The next step will be clay bar. Got a fresh thing of clay. Super simple, all painted surfaces. We re-lubricated it. You're gonna just wanna go super, super light, no pressure. You'll go from panel to panel. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but there's a little bit of resistance picking up on the vehicle right here. That means this spot needs a little bit extra love because there's some contaminants right here. So we'll go a little bit over this spot a couple times until the surface becomes really, really smooth. I'd say about every panel or 2, you're gonna wanna flip over and re-stretch your clay so you're having a new side of clay to use. You don't want to use the same side for the whole car or 2 or 3 panels. You want to switch it every so often so that way you're not damaging the vehicle's paint. So we'll go ahead and finish claying. So now that we are done with the clay bar, again, intermittently between each thing that we do, we're gonna do a light spray down just to get any contaminants off of the surface. And you really want to make sure you're spraying down before you do the iron remover, because you want to make sure that there is absolutely, as much as you can, nothing between the paint surface and the iron remover actually getting on into the paint. We'll take our iron remover and we will spray her down. Let me open it up, that'd help. So, not being stingy with it. You want to give it a decent amount to really make sure, because this is the last step before you polish, and you want to make sure the paint is as clear of contaminants as possible before you polish it. We will let it sit. When it's in the sun, you don't want to let it sit for that long. So because I'm under shade, I'll give it about 45 seconds. You'll kind of start to see it turning colors. Most iron removers, if I was in the sun, you'd probably see like a purplish hue of little contaminants. All these little white bubbles that are coming off, usually in the sun, would be purple. And that's how you know that it's digging into the pores of the paint and contaminants are slowly coming off. Got our polisher, got a fresh pad that I just cleaned up. We're not worried about getting scratches or anything out. This is simply wax to protect the vehicle from sun rays and, you know, whatever else the world has. Always make sure you wrap your cord around your head just so it's not scratching on the paint. I'll start kind of just in by panel, so I'll do half of this side, then we'll go panel by panel basically, and it's super simple. I'll just dab some on there. Make sure you spread it around a little bit, and then sometimes I'll put an extra little dab in there just to have it fresh on the pad. Usually I'll have gloves on, kind of rub the compound in just to get a little bit extra. I'll start on setting 1 just to spread the wax evenly. No pressure, kind of just let the pad do its work. And we'll go in the crosshatch pattern. There's gonna be some points where there's uneven surfaces. Try to adjust your pad so it continues moving, keeping it flat on each surface to make sure you're actually getting, you know, polish on there. So now that we got it on there, I usually like to go to setting 3 or 3.5, a little bit faster. And we'll kind of just go a little bit slower than the first time. And boom, take our towels and wipe everything off. And I usually like to do 2 towels, one to get the bulk of the wax off, and then the second one to polish it up and make sure that there's none left. I'm gonna go ahead, polish the rest of the vehicle, do the windows and wheels, basically finish everything up and show you guys the final result. So just so you guys know, I'm gonna polish the exact same way all the way around the vehicle. I'm gonna do the interior windows just to get those cleaned up, and I'm gonna put some tire shine on. And so that way you guys know basically the next steps of my whole process. That's basically it. Let me just show you guys what the vehicle ended up looking like, the final, and then we'll get out of here and we'll talk about the money. Alrighty, you guys, so we just finished up. I don't know how coherent this video will be. Hopefully everything makes sense and everything's in order, at least up until the very end there. I was mid-film. I don't know what you guys are gonna see for the last couple minutes of video. I was mid-filming the outro and about to show you guys some B-roll, which you guys may have seen, and the customer ended up walking out. Originally, he had said just to call him when I was done because he was taking a nap and then he would pay me, but then he ended up coming out. So it threw me for a little doozy because I was literally mid-recording, and like it's a little embarrassing like when you're recording in front of a camera, even though he knew I've, you know, filmed videos, he was cool with it, but he just happened to come out while I was in the act. Like I was doing some freaky work or something. I don't even know, it's just weird. But so hopefully this video is coherent. That took about 3 hours. Total was $250. He gave us $275. I don't know if you guys saw the Maserati in the back, but if you guys watched the last video, his wife has a like a nice Maserati burgundy color. I'm gonna be doing a ceramic coating and correction on that in the next like month or so. In the meantime, I just got, I don't know if I got it on video, I might have, because I tried to hurry up and record so I could have, you know, his voice on video while I was talking to him. I'm gonna also do his wife's other vehicle, an Audi, like a little hatchback for $175, another wash and wax, same exact thing. And a good point he brought up that I do want to mention to you guys before I end the video is, as you guys saw through my process, I include a clay bar. A lot of people will not include clay bar. They might do clay bar and a decon as a separate package. I do clay bar and decon in my wash and wax package. I've been told that there's different ways to do it before. I do an all-in-one, and that's why I price the way that I price. So just wanted to put that out there, man. This is how I like to do my wash and waxes and the best way I feel to get the best results. Anyways, that's about it. I got one more express detail, maintenance detail to do right now, and I will be done for the day. If you guys stayed all the way until the end of the video, I appreciate you guys for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for your boy. I'll see you guys in the next video, and I'm gone. Peace.